Hey everyone, welcome to another movie review, and today I'll be reviewing Ed Wood for the Tim Burton Collaboration. So Ed Wood is Tim Burton's 1994 drama biographical film. It's based on the true life of the film director Edward D. Wood Jr. and he was a major in the 1950s. He did B-grade science fiction movies and stuff like that. So I think it's the only Tim Burton movie to be based on, a true life person and true life story. He does a really good job of it. Not all of the movie is true, but quite a lot of it is, and it's based around 3 films that Ed Wood directed, and they are Glen or Glenda, Plan 9 from Outer Space, and Bride of the Monster. So the big deal with Ed Wood is he was pretty much named the worst director of all time, and that kind of got him a whole new fan base after he got that title, and I believe he got that after he was dead actually. So as I said, it's a true life story film. It's based on Ed Wood's life through a time period of 3 of his movies, and they're 3 of his more popular films. If he had any popular films, these 3 probably would have been the most. So it shows, the early stages of Glen or Glenda, and then Bride of the Monster, which was originally Bride of the Atom, and then Plan 9 from Outer Space, which was originally Grave Robbers from Outer Space. So in real life, Ed Wood pretty much became an alcoholic. His movies weren't getting anywhere, he wasn't getting any popularity, so he pretty much drank himself to death and made even worse movies as he went along. So I'm glad that the movie kind of stopped at its high point in his career, because it didn't drag on to show how depressing his life would have got, but it kind of shows the best parts. So the movie stars Johnny Depp as Ed Wood, and this is Tim Burton's second collaboration with Johnny Depp, obviously the first one being Edward Scissorhands. It also stars Martin Landau as Bela Lugosi, and he is brilliant in this movie. I'd have to say that he's the standout performance even over Johnny Depp. He just does a fantastic job as Bela Lugosi. He really pulls him off in this movie. And he actually won an Academy Award for it, I think. There's a real good connection in the movie between Johnny Depp's character and Martin Landau's character. They're like best friends. They believe they're making the best movies together when really they're not. They're just making some B-grade science fiction movies, but at the time what they're making, they think, this is the best stuff, people are going to love this. So throughout the movie you get that friendship building between Ed Wood and Bela Lugosi, and it's really good. So the movie also stars Sarah Jessica Parker, Jeffrey Jones, Bill Murray, Patricia Arquette, and Lisa Marie. The film is also shot in black and white, which I think gives it a really good look because it's based in the 1950s, so obviously movies back then were in black and white. So this movie gives you the real feel of that era, and you really feel like you're watching a movie from the 50s when it's actually from 1994. So it's a really good effect in this movie. I also think that black and white isn't used enough these days. Obviously since colour came out everyone's been using colour, but black and white does have a very good look. It looks very beautiful sometimes. Ed Wood looks great. You've got other movies like Schindler's List that looks fantastic in black and white, and those movies you couldn't really imagine in colour. And Tim Burton's new movie Frankenweenie's in black and white, and I think that looks great as well. I'm glad that Tim Burton, occasionally does a black and white film because, it's just a bit different and unique, and yeah, people rarely do it these days. So the first time I watched Ed Wood was a few years ago, so I was younger, I wasn't really into the drama biographical films. It didn't really interest me the first time, so I kind of just disregarded it. Then I looked a bit into the history of Ed Wood and realised, oh wow, this guy had a pretty hard life, and I just realised all the connections between the movie and his real life, and I thought I might just give it another check. So I watched it again a few years later and I really liked it, and ever since, every time I've watched it I've grown to like it a bit more in new ways, and it's just a movie that kind of grows on you after a while. Also, this is the first Tim Burton movie not to have the score done by Danny Elfman, so you've got Howard Shore doing the music in this one. But it's still really Tim Burton sounding, so you don't really have to worry about it. It's a really good score actually. It's quite quirky and creepy, and it just sounds a lot like a B-grade science fiction movie sort of soundtrack. So I would recommend Ed Wood to any movie fan, if you're into the biographical films about famous people and their lives, and just a good drama film. It's got brilliant acting, as I said, by Johnny Depp and Martin Landau especially. They're both really good in this movie. It's just a classic Tim Burton movie, it's a lot of people's favourite Tim Burton movie actually, so I guess if you just give it a go, if you look into the history of Ed Wood a bit, then watch the movie, you'll understand it a bit more, I guess. So that's what I did, and I liked it better that time, so I suggest you research a bit. But it's definitely worth a watch, and it is a decent Tim Burton film. So thanks to everyone for watching my review on Ed Wood, Tim Burton's 1994 drama film, and the next review will be on Miss Christine 94's channel as usual, so you can go to the link in the description and she'll be reviewing Mars Attacks. So thanks for watching, bye.